You guys ready?
Yeah.
Are you sure? No. Okay,
Introduce yourself, guys, while I make sure we get recording.
okay. Hello, my name is Noe Potts, and I'm from many other countries, very big follow me. And I'm a local from around here. I didn't grow up in Roll Valley. I grew up in Rossville, Kansas. And then I transferred to Roll Valley about a year ago, so I could join the singers and dance group, because I enjoy dancing. And what I mainly do, like when I'm not at school or on weekends, I usually go around and travel, go to big events, as in like Winnebago, Kansas, well, Nebraska. And me and this guy, Keith's Potts, we both traveled to Nebraska. I had to drive all the way up there and back. On the way back, they promised me they'd stay up with me all night, but I drove all the way back by myself, awake, and it's kind of dangerous, but I was risking it. I'm just trying to get home. But we both did pretty good up there. I got third, he got sixth place, he got top 3 in the Woodland Special. So, yeah, he got cheated out. And on mine, I got designs as in Lakota up north, right here. And then I got applique on my mop right here. And don't mind the duct tape. Because when you dance really hard, like you start getting holes in the bottom of your mocks, too much spinning. And on my cuffs right here, these are called cuffs. They have applique, like Potawatomi designs. And what else is there? And I got my roach. This is made out of porcupine, these top ones. And then the bottom half would be deer. At the like tail part, you just pluck it, and then you tie it down. And then for my rocker, they represent 2 warriors fighting back and forth, because the beat gets really fast, and you're supposed to be on time with the drum when it goes like it rocks. And did I ever tell you guys that it represents 2 warriors? Okay. And these bustles right here, they represent like shields when the fancy dancers would go into war. And the whip sticks I have, these would represent like, as in like, they're riding a horse and they want to go faster, and they're trying to go into war. They whip their horse and make them go faster. And then these represent like how fast they were on time with the drum. These are called like hairs. That's good, yeah. Yes, dude. When you're dancing, these supposed to represent your horse, the one that you rode in battle. What else is there?
What's the design represent? Is there,
I don't
your
know.
design is so much different than Keith's. Any,
Mine's Lakota. It comes up north. Like they usually use like ladder designs. They're more, how would they say it? Yeah, symmetrical. And applique is just like flowers, like water designs, and up north by the Great Lakes. Me and Keith travel a lot together. As in this, we went to Bartlesville, Oklahoma. This is me when I had Eagle bustles, but I'm not wearing them as much, because these are new. And you got Keith right here, Woodland, and you got Zach Wallion. He's a traditional dancer, and then you got Daniel. He's not in this group anymore because he's 18, out of school, living his life, and we're here in high school. And high school goes by pretty fast, I'm letting you know that now. So that's what he told us, but now we're experiencing it. And we're like, yeah, it does, and then kind of agreeing with him. Can you go to the video?
you want the first one?
Yeah.
12 20?
Yeah. Right here is me. This is David Cleveland. That's Timothy Will Jr. Say what? Yeah, Winnebago. There's Buster Cleveland, and I'm not sure who that is, but I'm pretty sure he's a local in Winnebago. style of dance, you gotta be fast, you gotta be well spinning, and you gotta have footwork, so the judges can watch you and tally up the points. I was like that, I did a cartwheel, and the judges like that. And when they're singing, you always gotta hear the words. It's not about the beat, it's about the words. So you can get that stop. And as you can tell at the end of the song, we get tired. Like this guy, he's starting to get tired because he's not moving as fast. He's starting to slow down. He's winded. But I got third place up here in Concord. And I did the splits at the very end. And then when you get done dancing, you gotta go line up so the judges can line your number up. As like they're showing our numbers.
I've seen this.
Yeah, they show your numbers, and then they tally up the points. Because there's only 2 judges, and they're very young, so whatever they like, they'll put up on the board. But all 3 of these guys are from Wisconsin, but I'm not sure where he's from. But it's a good pal. And people, they love watching Fancy because it's very bright, very fast.
Tell them about how Fancy Dance started.
Back in the day, it originated in Oklahoma, Ponca, Oklahoma, back in 1920s and 30s, and who started it was Buffalo Bill. He had like a little Wild West show. They'd draw the crowd in, and there was no such thing as Fancy back in the day. So then Buffalo Bill, he's like, I want something brighter and faster, something to draw the crowd in. And they didn't have stuff like this. They had like eagle feathers and everything like that. So now they're like, oh, let's make it brighter. And then they started using bright feathers. And he'd pay dancers to come in and dance because, I mean, back in the day, natives didn't know what money was because they were too used to like trading stuff. Because money wasn't really anything for the native people. They were just like, oh, we don't need that. But they did it because it was fun. They liked dancing. But now, to this day, we still do it. We dance in contests, but the thing is, you have a lot of fun, you meet new people, make friends. Like if you're able to make a friend on the powwow trial, you could possibly stay at their house, so you don't have to spend money. Because nobody likes staying in a tent when you're getting all hot, and then you gotta wake up early, go shower. But when you're at someone's house, you can just take your time and everything like that. Because usually when I go to Oklahoma, I stay at a friend's house because I don't want to stay in a tent. It's too much. But yeah, and we'll go right to Keesis with the woodland style. Well, actually, you guys got any questions?
Where do you get all of your gear?
I get my stuff from Chunku One Star. Oh yeah, I gotta show that video. And he's from North Dakota, but he lives in Lawrence, Kansas. Usually I get my stuff from people I can stay in touch with, like local, because I don't want to buy something off the internet, and then you never know, you might not get it. So I'm like, okay, well, I want something from him so I can actually drive over there and get it, because I'll have the cash to get it.
Does he hand make all of that?
No, his family members make it, like as his mom or grandma, or his sister, because she's pretty good at sewing. And
Give them an idea of what some of that stuff costs.
my aprons, they cost me $250. These cost me $600. But we made like a little, like we were talking it down, because at first he said $800, and he's like, well, I'll make it $600 for you. And I was like, oh, okay. So we kind of, well, I mean, we're kind of like close now. We know each other.
You say that.
Yeah, we know each other.
So when you go to an event, do you win like prize money to support
Yeah,
all
it
of
could
that?
be up to like.
We'll talk about that here in a second.
Oh, okay.
It could be 1,000 or 800, 500. depends what POW it is, like, or tribe, cause some tribes, they don't make as much money as other tribes, as in like up north, there's Shakopee and Prairie Island, they be having like 1,500, 1,200, and 1,000, and then 800 and 600. But other POWs are just 500, 400, 300, just, it's down there. Yep.
You know my dad,
Who's that?
Nate?
Nate Skates? Yep, I know him, I drum with him.
He might show a picture of his drum here in a little bit.
Huh?
I've been powwow.
How was it?
Good.
Pretty good. What'd you like about it?
Like you dance around and you actually meet different people you actually can play with.
Yeah, there's a lot of kids that run around at powwows. You can make friends there. And the food there is pretty good. Like the Indian tacos. Have you guys had Indian tacos? They're good. Yeah, they're pretty good.
My dad kicks me.
They're nice. Anybody else got questions?
Well, so how will you said that other boy in the photo was 18 and he wasn't on your team anymore.
Yeah.
How will you participate once you've graduated?
Well, I mean,
Are there adults?
it's only high school students that can participate in this singers and dancers.
Mm-hmm.
But if it comes like school dances, he could probably come in and dance with us.
Is there competitions for Daniel? Is there an
Yeah.
adult version of?
Yeah,
They
there's
have adult
junior
categories.
men's, and then there's senior adults, and then there's teens, the junior boys, and then tiny tots.
Golden age.
So there's like there's some for old guys like me.
Yeah, senior men's. And,
There's old people that dance fancy.
yeah, there's old people that, like, golden age, like, but if you wanna be golden age and dance fancy, you can't be doing, like, anything bad, you can't be smoking, drinking. Your whole life, you gotta, like, when you're young, you wanna be athletic, cause that'll carry on with you when you get old. It'll help you out. Cause I know some fancy dancers out there that are like 60 and old, and they're still dancing, like what I do, but not as fast, but they're still hanging on.
Tell them about who this next video, go ahead and introduce this next video before I
This
click
next
on.
one is Chunku One Star. This is where I get my stuff from, as you can tell right here in the bustles. And that's where I got my aprons from too. And I always look up to Chunku One Star, cause like every POW I go to, sometimes he's there. And if he's there, I'll go talk to him every once in a while.
This is a pretty fast beat.
Yeah, it's really fast. You gotta stay on time with the beat, like your footwork has to be on time, and your rocker.
Watch the footwork. Keeps with the beat.
As you can tell, his footwork is really fast. And at the end, you always gotta stop on time. Yeah.
Oh my.
Bet your outfit has to be pretty well put together,
Oh, yeah.
or it will
That's
fall
how
apart.
judges, what I heard was it's like 70% on your regalia, like your outfit, and the rest of it is like on your dancing.
Now, do
That's how
you,
they judge you.
do you lose points if you lose a feather or anything
Mhm.
off of
Yeah,
your?
like if they
so-
got, like.
Usually that's just like, sometimes, like I've dropped bells before and it's up to you if you wanna keep going, like it shows you have, like humility and stuff, if you just walk off and pick up your stuff and walk off. Well, if you drop a feather or something, then you have to, then we have to do a special thing for it. But like if you drop something like a piece of your regalia or something, usually you just, you know, gotta be a good person, just walk off. Like even if you're going your hardest, like
Mm,
suck it up and walk off. And
mhm.
Cause that like makes the judge work harder, and then they have to go
Yeah.
out there and pick it up,
Right,
and then that's when they're like, oh, you're not getting in. Cause they usually only have top 5 for categories, that's 500, 400. But sometimes it don't matter, like if it's a local POW, there's no point in getting mad, just be happy to dance, and
right.
And right here, me and Keesis can explain this one. You wanna do this after yours, or?
Yeah, I'll do that for mine.
Okay.
Alright, let's scroll up to mine. Well, I'm Keith's Charges at them Pots. I'm a local here too. I'm actually alumni of Royal Valley Middle School. I was here all 4 years. I've been to Royal Valley my whole life. But what you see here is like my Potawatomi traditional dress. All this beadwork and stuff is all handmade. This is what you would back in the day, like you see our tribe walking around in back up in the Great Lakes region, or even down here when we moved down here. But the dance is a old style warrior dance, and we do this during our ceremonies. Like time for like getting ready for battle. This is what we would wear, and they say we'd always have nice beadwork when we go to battle, because when you pass away, or if you get killed during battle or something, you want to look good when you go back over to the afterlife. And so this is why we always wear nice beadwork and stuff, or real pretty beadwork, and like why your stuff's always well put together, because if you get killed, you want to look pretty in the afterlife, But the dance, it's old. It's like an older style, but it's a newer style in the powwow world, but it's an older style from like where it's originated from. The beadwork that you're seeing, that you're looking at right now, is all handmade. It's a contemporary style. It's like an older style and a newer style. Like the bottom piece down here and all this is like an older style of beadwork, like on my purse right here. Yes, this is a purse. But like this is as old of the style as it gets. It's kind of like an abstract kind of like floral designs and different flowers and stuff. And then this is more contemporary, as you can see. It's like I don't even know what flower that is. I'm confused. But all of this beadwork has meaning to it. And when me and my mother were making it, she told me the meaning behind everything on here. And so, like on these hearts right here, it's like how it goes with my leg. Like everywhere I step, there's love, and I have gloves that have hearts on the cuff. And like everything I touch has love in it, even if it might be battle or something. And then these stars that you're seeing right here, these stars have a lot of meaning to my family. And so everybody in my family has a star. And like these are my brothers. This one right here is my little brother. That one is me. This is my father. And these ones over here, that's my older brother. And then Noe's special, so he gets a star too. He's practically my brother. We're cousins, first cousins, but he's practically my brother. But everything on here has meaning, and all of it was handmade, minus these. And like there's different types of beadwork. Like this isn't the only style of beadwork. Let me stand up real quick. And so, like, you know how he was talking about his designs being like Lakota, but like this is just applique. But there's people that have like these fully beaded, all of the regalia beaded, and like there's different styles of beadwork and how the Lakota did it and everything. They like theirs more symmetrical and everything, and so they like bead teepees and stuff like that, or like how you see this.
The ladder design.
Yeah, ladder designs. They was really big fans of that. And then Potawatomis, we was real good friends with the French, and French like the flowers and stuff. And we saw that, and we was like, man, that's real nice. I want to bead that. And what I'm going to show you now is the weapons. And so there's different types of weapons that the woodland people use. This is a pipe axe. This was actually given to me as a gift at a powwow, because I asked the guy if he wanted to sell it, and he said no. And I was like, okay. And then he came up to me at the end of the powwow and just gave it to me, which I thought was really nice. And yeah, that's probably 6 months ago, almost a year ago.
Yeah.
Almost a year ago. And this is something I always take with me, because it's like he gave that to me for a purpose, and so I want to use it as much as I can. But this is more like a Plains native would use, as a pipe axe. And then this right here is a ball club. And this is what more of a woodland native would use in battle. And the reason why that one was because these was more it was more, I guess, deadly in a sense, because it would be light down here on the handle but heavy on the top, and so when you swing it, there's a lot of force and momentum going behind it. But, like, all of the different clubs had different meanings. Like this one has a bear head on it down here. I thought it was a badger when I first got it, but actually it's a bear. But, yeah, these was, the woodland natives' preferred choice of weaponry, and if you just walk around with it, like this belt I'm wearing right here, you just wear it in your belt like that. And you just, you know, be there on your hip at all times. Yeah, but the woodland lifestyle, it was a lot more different than, you know, different natives' lifestyles, is because it was always, the Great Lakes region was more condensed than a lot of other areas, because in the plains, you know, the Sioux Nation and everything, they had that big stretch of land, but in the woodland lifestyle, it was all like bunched up in there, and then, you know, you had the Iroquois to the east, and they was living in the Appalachians and stuff, and like that was always like kind of a battling factor, and so the Potawatomis always had to be ready to fight. And in the powwow world, this is an up and coming style. A couple years ago, that's when it first kind of like got its first big boom. And that's when I first noticed it, because I used to dance a different style, and I wasn't as good as it as I am in this style. But I learned a lot about this style, because this is like my people's style, like the original style that we danced. And so it was real, you know, cool to see that, and I'm better at it, I guess, in a sense, is because how I dance out there is how I dance in ceremonies. And so, like, I learned real quick how to pick it up. And then, like, in the powwows, I just add, like, you know, different moves into there, I guess. But yeah, that's like all I got about women's style. You guys have any questions? Alright, well,
Alright, we're gonna talk
go.
about,
Go.
oh, okay.
Alright, so what I'm gonna show you guys next is the video of the woodland style, and like kind of dance moves you would see. Beans.
Absolutely. Got questions?
Alright, what'd you say?
How long would it take to do that?
This big piece. This took about the whole thing.
That's probably like 3 months right there.
This took 3 months, and then the rest of it to be put together was another 3 months. So about 6 months it took all to make all of this.
And you make your own,
Yeah, me and my mom did. Yeah,
Wow.
like this stuff you can't get at a store. Like you had to make this all by hand. And this was actually a gift to my mom when she got married to my father. And like this is an old bag. This is like old. That's what I'm gonna say. It's old. But yeah, this is family bag.
How do you use the wood weapons with it?
So when you dance, like you just like hit different moves with it and stuff, or like, you know, act like you're getting the kill, and you bring it back, and like if you watch the video, you'll see how they do it.
You act like you're telling a story.
You're telling a story through your
Going to
dance
war,
moves and
you're
stuff,
coming back.
or like a hunting excursion and stuff, and so.
You guys, you pointed out as it plays, I'll turn the volume down to where you can hear it then. All right, ready?
Yeah. And so, like, how he's doing it, like he's like listening for the enemy or something, and so, like, you see how he's dancing?
He's like looking around.
He's looking around for the enemy. He's canoeing that. You see, like, that's his kill. Or, like, he wounded the enemy.
This is an older division, correct?
No, that's like a special, but like, yeah, that, like, there's now there's specials about it, but I'm pretty sure in the future it's gonna be its own category. But like in this, all age groups can dance it, like old, like as you saw that old man, and then these younger guys, and then these even younger guys like me that dance it. And, in the future, I believe it's gonna be its own category one of these days, but right now it's just like a special, I guess. And usually, you can do those specials like up north, but they're really nice specials, like, it's good to see that style being used more, cause I think a couple years ago, like 5 years ago, it wasn't even like thought of really, but then they started using it more and more. And so, yeah, but to the next part, we're gonna get to talk about the fun stuff, all this travel opportunities and stuff. You got a question?
I'm confused. Really, important.
Well, like, the story could be a different amount of things, like you could go, could be something as simple as going and picking berries, or going hunting, or even going to battle. And it all has different meanings behind it's the story that they wanna perceive, that they wanna give off, that you read yourself, that they can't tell you in person, you just have to figure it out. And so I can't explain to you the full story what he was doing, but it all has different meanings and stuff. But, you scroll down now?
For the drumming?
Yeah. And so, with that, you guys always see the drums and stuff. This is actually a drum group that we're a part of. It doesn't actually have this much members. It's just, like, most of the time it's just 5 of us.
His family coming from up north.
Yeah.
Is like Wisconsin. This guy's from Wisconsin, I think. Yeah. No, that's Dan. So,
But,
yeah, everybody's from different states. We all come in and drum.
But, like, our main group mostly consists of Trophy, he's our head singer. There's Noe, there's me, there's Nate, there's Daniel. Is Greg in there?
Yeah, he's great.
Oh, he's right here. There's Gregory. Yeah, but Big Soldier Creek, that's a drum group that we've been singing with for about 2 years now, and we're actually picking up better. We're getting our songs down and actually kind of sounding louder. But with this, we wanted to talk about the travel that we do. We travel a lot, and I've been, that's actually most of the time I got most of my travel opportunities was to go, all over. I've been all up, through the Midwest, all the way up to Wisconsin, and like down to Missouri, bottom of Missouri, and I've been in Oklahoma and Nebraska and all those states like in this area. And I've also been to Minnesota for powwows and stuff too. And the travel opportunities that you get with powwows is pretty cool, because you just get to go all over. And also with that is going to, there's different types of powwows. There's competition powwows and traditional powwows. And competition powwows is powwows that we go to more than traditional powwows. Because competition, it's a competition powwow for a lot of prize money. And instead of like traditional powwows, you're there like just to have fun, to be there for the people and stuff. And like a competition powwows, you can go there, scratch the bottom of the barrel, and you can go home with like $500, $600,000 and stuff like that. And so, like,
that's why you see a lot of dancers walking around with those numbers, because that's how the judges like count you down, especially for grand entry. Before you walk in, they put your points on this little board.
Tabulate your points.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, on Sunday, that's usually the last day of the powwow, and then they add them up, and then they go from first, second, third, fourth, fifth. Usually at big powwows, they go like all the way down to like 10th place, and some powwows they go to like 5th place. That's usually if they don't have enough money. But mostly up north, they have like high prize money. It'd be like $1,500 first place, 1,200, and 1,000, and then 800, stuff like that. That's pretty good. That'll last you for a while. And drumming too, they do competition for drumming too. Like they have drum judges and everything like that. Cause like usually at powwows they invite like judges to come and judge for that powwow. They pay them a good amount of money just to like, we even get a free room, they get free food. Like our casino, like every year,
It's booked.
yeah, it's booked like every year for Potawatomi Powell. Cause we got Northern Cree at Potawatomi Powell, and they're like a really big drum group from up north at Canada, Alberta, Canada. And we invited them, so we had to put more money into the powwow, cause like there's more drum members on that drum. Usually we invite like a decent sized drum, but this year we put a lot of money in Potawatomi Powell. Cause we fixed up the powwow grounds, we put staircases and we put new stairs down. And,
Parking.
yeah, parking lot.
Expanded parking, yeah.
Yeah,
But with, powwows, there's a lot of opportunities to get, like, just to meet new people, which is pretty fun. Like, you get to meet people that, you might not even see for like 4 months or 5 months, and then they'll run into you, like, if you're in a different state, and then, they remember you, which is pretty cool about, being able to talk to that many people, and then you run into them, out of the blue nowhere, and they're like, oh my God, how you been? And talk to you like your good friend you haven't seen for a while, which is pretty cool. Like all the opportunities that we get, and people invite us like to stay places too, or like come hang out, or like it's just really amazing how the powwow community can be, and like the potential that you get just from being out there, like a whole bunch of skills you can learn. Like right here, as Noe explained earlier, I think, Bartlesville, this is, our main crew, I guess you could say.
and make sure you subscribe to Res Runners.
Yeah, our YouTube channel.
Yeah, our
You see
YouTube
that?
channel.
We have a YouTube channel. That's for older kids though.
Yeah.
But like this is when Noe was starting out. Like as you could see, it's kind of thrown together.
No, was it? I didn't have like a shirt or anything, so as long as it's wear compressions, cause I mean, it was cold.
John's.
Yeah, it was cold down there.
And then like you could see like this was what, a year ago, last year.
2 years.
2 years? No, this was a year ago. Last year.
It was like 2016.
Anyway. But like as you can see, like we've put way more into our regalias, and we have to make ourselves look as nice as possible. Like as you can see from that to this now, like that's a big step up. And
As of me right now too.
yeah, like no, it looks pretty good. But yeah, it's pretty good stuff. But
Damn, he still looks the same.
yeah, he's had the same stuff since like.
But he just got some new gear from his uncle, I think uncle or cousin, but he don't really wear it.
It's too scary.
Yeah, he's too scared.
But yeah, like the opportunities that we get, and then the experiences that you get to experience, like just the liveliness of the like going out on the powwow trail is amazing. Getting to experience new people, or getting to experience like new ideas, or just watching other people dance and like see how they do their moves and stuff. It's actually a pretty nice thing to learn. It's like pretty heartwarming once you think about it. But yeah, this is pretty much all we have. So does anybody have any questions?
I have one. He says, since this is your senior year,
Mm-hmm.
what are you gonna do after your,
Oh, he's a senior too.
oh, it's your senior year too? So what are you gonna do afterwards? I mean, you can't, are you gonna keep dancing?
Yeah, I'll keep
Are
dancing,
you
but
gonna teach?
my plan is to go to college after high school, but I'll have a whole summer to do something,
Mhm.
and I'll be graduated, so I'll have a whole bunch of downtime. And so we've been planning this since our sophomore year. Is we're gonna just we get money after we graduate, and us boys, us three right here, we're just gonna load up and just hit the powwow trail and just see where the road takes us, and
Yeah.
get to do as much as we can before we have to come back, and I have to go to school, or
Or ceremonies.
or yeah, we'll come back like for important stuff like ceremonies and stuff. But like that's what our main focus is gonna be this summer, is just to go out there and live and travel all we can in
Be
powwow.
able to meet new people.
You got a question?
How come you guys are doing this?
It's like our Res Runner symbol.
It's a
but
joke.
It's a joke too.
It's
But that's how we
something
do
all
it.
the time. Yeah.
We're always walking around like that.
But
That's how we're posing. We're like, hey, let's do this and that, and then they did this and we did that. It's a joke.
yes, you have a lot of fun at powwows and stuff. It's it's always, you can't be serious all the time. If you're serious all the time, then nothing's fun. So this is why, probably why we have really good senses of humor.
We should tell them about what the difference between the feathers.
Oh,
My feathers right here, these are golden eagle. You guys know what golden eagle is? These are golden eagle. And on his head, he has immature bald eagle feathers. So when you're in that dance arena, you don't ever want to drop these feathers because they say it's like a warrior being, how would you say?
Disrespect.
Like fallen.
yeah, like a disrespect kind of thing.
Because there's always a spirit on each of these feathers. Because like when that eagle passes away, he's always gonna be there. So whenever you dance, you just don't want to make sure these are hitting the ground.
But like how his is different than mine is because up in the woodland, like up in the woodland area, like this is what a chief would wear, this otter turban, and then this would be like his like if you guys ever watch like Western movies and stuff, like the Native Americans with the big war bonnets. We woodland natives weren't really like that. We had, war bonnets, but they was up and down, like our feathers would straight up, and you'd have only so much going around your band. But like this is how we did ours mostly, is because it's easier, and otter's pretty warm on your head. But you'd always have two feathers because usually they're not supposed to be by themselves if you're a male. It's supposed to represent they're supposed to represent something if you're not a warrior. So right now, me and Noe, we'd be considered braves of the Potawatomi tribe because we haven't taken life in battle yet. And so outside of powwows, we're not supposed to wear our feathers up. But like during powwows and stuff, we can wear them up because it represents them, that warrior. But
It represents what you dance to.
yeah, what you dance. But like in our ways, like if we're supposed to do ceremonies or something, we can only wear our feathers down, and they're supposed to be like can't wear them straight up because that means you took a life. But then like we're supposed to, if we do wear feathers, we're supposed to let them hang off our hair and stuff. But like eagle feathers to most native peoples, not all native peoples, have a large meaning to them, and so like yeah, it's pretty cool.
Any questions?
Any questions? Any questions? Anybody?
How'd you get those feathers?
These was given to me. These my great grandfather gave them to my dad, and my dad never used them, and I started dancing, and he wanted me to start wearing feathers, because this didn't used to have feathers, but he's like, well, you should start wearing feathers like most of the powwow dancers. Are you sure? And he told me, yeah, he's pretty sure, and so he went in his collection of feathers, and these were the two best ones that he found, because I have two eagle feathers that were given to me a long time ago, but I'm gonna use those. I'm gonna give one to him, and then I get to keep one. We're gonna wear them for graduation. But yeah, like these was the nicest ones he found, and these are the ones he wanted me to use. So me and Noe had a fashion thing together out of duct tape.
The thing is, like when you're dancing, you always help each other out. Like,
Yeah.
Like sometimes if something's crooked, you're always like, hey, what does this look like? Does it look good? And I'll walk around and be like, I don't know. And I gotta come up to him. Sometimes we paint each other like our faces,
You gotta help a bro out.
Because like some judges like that. They like the paint jobs
And how we paint our faces is like how you guys see how like half of his face is
Yeah.
painted black. That's
he
a
helped me out.
yeah, like that I did that, but that's the original Potawatomi style. I forgot what it represented, but also we have different like face paints that we wear, and I have a different style of doing my paint because I don't like wearing black all over my face because if I wipe my face, it gets smeared. I have like just a simple design of how I do mine. I just do like black streaks from here, like here, and then I'll paint down here black. I call it crying for the people, but I forgot what the original meaning was, but I learned it was an old style of painting.
When I got done dancing and I took all my stuff off, I completely forgot about my paint job. And I walked into a gas station and like everybody was looking at me and I was like, why are they looking at me all funny? And then I went to the bathroom, I was like, oh, dang, I was really in there washing myself off.
So on your like thing, is that like a hat that you wear?
Yeah, it's a roach. It's made out of porcupine deer. And when I wear it, it's supposed to be on time with the drum. Cause like, it shows like how much energy you have when you're dancing. Yeah, it just rocks back and sometimes those feathers can have like tape hook on top of them, but I don't wanna ruin them, so I'm gonna keep them like that.
Is it hot wearing that?
No, I mean, depends what power you're at. If it's outside, it gets kinda hot, but some of this is like not very thick, it's like very thin, it's just fabric.
Like,
He's
yeah,
also
mine,
wearing a pair of shorts underneath them, he's not wearing jeans underneath.
Yeah,
So,
like
yeah.
mine would get way hotter than his is because my stuff
it's
is like,
really thick.
yeah, mine's like, I have like thick clothing, like, has weight to it.
The difference is where the people came from when they started. Keis's outfit is from the Great Lakes area. It's colder up there, it's wetter, so the material that they use is thicker. The outfit that Noe has is from more the Great Plains area, so it's hotter, a lot more wind, so it actually is cooler than it looks.
This guy's pretty hot.
Whenever you get to moving like really fast, you can see all the colors mixing together. Like as a ribbon, when you start moving, it kind of gets cool. You know?
That's just
But him, yeah, leather, yeah, it's all heavy.
I have one, but my mom took it.
Oh, what?
I have one of those suits, but my mom took it.
One of these?
Yeah.
You have like a whole set? Yeah. Should start dancing out there. I see you out there.
Can you guys dance for us?
No. I got a football game. I ain't trying to be tired.
Are they able to go to the singers and dancers thing during January?
They will, when the singers and dancers come down,
Yeah.
they're gonna perform in January, these
You'll see
guys will
that.
get to see them then.
January, you'll see it. You'll see us. Because we'll probably be the people leading the grand entry. Because they usually let like
The
adult-
older
yeah,
kids, yeah.
seniors or adults like that are more mature that know what they're doing.
How'd you get that hat?
Otter.
How'd you make it?
We bought it, and me and my mom, it took us like a day to make it because I had to figure out how I wanted to do it. So on the inside, there's like a fabric in there that makes it keep its shape. So that's why it's all like that, because if it didn't, like it could just fold in. But there's leather, we sewed leather on the inside with the machine, and then I had to sew the rest of it by hand together. And she put this piece of beadwork on here. But yeah, it's all of this stuff that we have is handmade. Like everything on here I have is handmade, minus this club and then these cuffs I'm wearing. But all of this that took time and effort. Like it all came with a cost, but at the same time it was worth it in the end. So yeah.
Have you guys ever won first place?
Yeah.
Plenty of times.
Up at Winnebago, my first year there, I didn't think I was gonna take first place because I was dancing against my friends, David and Buster, because they're pretty good. And when I first
Talking
started
about
dancing,
this picture, right?
yeah, that one. But I showed you guys that video. Did I already show you that guy's video?
Yeah.
Okay, well,
The first one we reached.
so yeah, I was dancing against them the first year. It was just us three dancing, and they had 5 judges just dancing 3 dancers, and there were some old people, so I'm guessing they like old style, and I was dancing old style. And they're dancing contemporary. Contemporary means like a lot faster, more footwork, more spinning. To me, I was dancing old style, I wasn't dancing like all fancy, and I was just dancing in one spot. And they like that, depends what judges are judging you. And at the end of the day, on Sunday, they tally up all the points, and I had 550 points, and David had like 480, so I had all the points compared to them. And I didn't become friends with them after the POW. That's when I started talking to them. Like I didn't know him, because whenever we take our picture, we shook hands, and Buster, he's a goofy little guy. He gave me a hug, and I didn't know him, and I was like, oh, it's kind of weird. I was like, okay, and then I started talking to him, and that's when I started being friends with him. And yeah, that's how we met.
Now you guys?
When did you guys start dancing?
He started 3 years ago,
Yeah.
but I started 5 years ago.
Yeah, 5 years ago.
Maybe, I don't know.
Cause I started
When
going.
was 2014?
Cause I was going, yeah, it's 'cause I was going out,
Yeah.
that's when I started getting interested, I was like. I don't
Some
know.
of you have classmates that are dancing now, right?
Yeah, Miss Kachi back there.
So you'll see her in January also.
But yeah, like I powwowed a lot back then, and then high school progressed, and I didn't powwow as much. But like this summer, I'm gonna powwow more. But I remember the day he came up to me. We was going hunting. We was walking. He was like, you know what? I'm gonna start dancing. I was like,
Yeah.
all right, man, it's cool. And then he got onto it. Like most people say they want to dance and then just do nothing with it, but he was
Yeah,
driven.
every weekend I travel. Like this weekend, I'm going to Oklahoma. I'm gonna go dance at a fancy special. So there's gonna be at least 30 fancy dancers like me there, like contesting to get first or second or third or fourth. And what I'll be doing is I'll be running, exercising, and doing.
It's a lot of physical
lifting.
activity you have to put in.
And then I go outside. Sometimes I dance to get some practice in, so I'm not all rusty and everything. I can be in shape. Because when you're out there dancing in a special, they might give you like 10 songs, and some people can't handle that. So you want to be that one dancer that can stay out there.
How long's 10 songs?
Every song is about 2 minutes.
Oh my
But
gosh.
they don't feel like 2
I'd be
minutes.
throwing
It
up
feels
on
like
the
it feels like 5 minutes when you're dancing, but it's actually 2 minutes.
Wow.
Because when you're out there, that beat just.
I've danced in traditional category is slower songs, so I've danced 5 minutes, 6 minute songs,
5 minutes song.
and you just gotta power through. I remember at Winnebago, I danced a song that was 6 minutes, and my legs was burning. And then they had the Woodland special right after it, and I was just standing there. I was like, I could do this, and I actually got into the top 3, and I was perfect. It was perfect until the very last. They did a quick stop, and they just picked it up again, and then I did the wrong dance moves. I did a whole different category, and I brought up my leg, and I was like, I'm doing the wrong category, man. And that's what that lady told me. She's like, everybody was all voting for you until you messed up that very last stop. And I was like, dang.
Yeah, you started doing chicken moves.
Yeah, I started doing a whole different category. Like, oh man, what am I doing?
Any questions?
Does anybody have any questions?
Can we take your picture with the kids before we go?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys wanna go up there and I'll take your picture with them?
Okay, well, we'll go in the middle.
You guys squeeze in Ariana, or Adriana, sorry. There you go. Ready? 1, 2, 3, cheese! Good job. All right, thank you so much. Thank you. That was amazing. Okay, guys, let's go ahead and, I think we're done, aren't we? Yeah, I think so. What do you guys say?
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. All right, let's get lined up. Thank you.
I like my mouth at home.
Good luck
Thank you.
on your senior year. Exciting. Okay, Mason, are you ready? Go, Mason, go.
Go, Mason, go. Go ahead. You're hitting me. Then you hit me.
I thought that piece of life when you were talking about shiny. Yeah.
I was so confused, just go, yeah, and chase that Sasquatch around.
On that block.
They all looked like, what do you mean Sasquatch?
Sasquatch.
Run from Sasquatch.
We go squatch. Yeah, that video is 10 from 1 bit. That video is 10 from 1 bit. This is adult video right here. Well, we got one more until lunch. Bausch, 10:25.
Actually, I think you'll get 2 more. You get Bausch at 10:25 and then 11:15. And then you'll go, then we'll
Dang,
chow
we get an
down.
hour lunch?
We just go to your house.
Yeah, dude, we just go to my house and eat.
I'm buying here.
Oh, you are?
Okay.
Yeah, you guys aren't gonna, you want another pop?
Heck yeah.
Yeah, I'll take another pop. Mountain Dew this time, please.
Yeah.
Thank tie these up.
JAG's gonna pay for this meal, guys.
Heck yeah, brother.
I mean, you're doing presentation, not pick your contest.
Yeah, but it keeps sliding off and pissing me off.
Just, you know,
About adjusting.
you're gonna have to fix these and stay using another, cause these are
Yeah,
gonna
my
break.
biggest shoestring.
These are gonna break with me.
I'll figure it out. I'll get it like that. Seconds.
They're all recording. Go watch.
Oh, I didn't push stop on it.
Oh.